Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 202 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week. Excited for Thanksgiving. Hope all of you will have a good Thanksgiving coming up. Nice to see everyone tuning in from all over the world. Very cool. We got Chris from Alabama. We have Clarine from Milwaukee as usual. Really nice to see everyone. There's a reason why there's a I can't talk. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard. We do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and there's a few reasons why we do them. Number one is to stay in tune with all of you, go through the same flow that you all do with your own shows and productions. Two is to answer any of your questions. It's one of the main reasons why we do the Ask StreamYard Town Hall is to cover your thoughts and feedback on the product and what you'd like to see with it. So feel free to leave them in the chat. We'll do our best to get to as many as we can. And I always mention the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Before I forget, we have lots of awesome shows. We've got YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel the second Saturday of every month. I think they actually just had one not too long ago. It was either just this Saturday or the one before that. So definitely check that one out. Really great show. If you're looking to grow on YouTube, they're both pros when it comes to everything YouTube. So if you're looking for tips on things like how to grow, how to interpret your analytics, how to choose a thumbnail, lots of great advice there. And we have Enhance Your live streams the last Tuesday of the month with Nick Nimmin. Nick is a pro when it comes to all things video, and this show is specifically live streaming tips. So if you're looking to up your live streaming game, definitely bring your questions to Nick. And also check out the YouTube channel in general, because we have lots of awesome content from other creators as well that we're posting on there pretty regularly. And one thing we've been doing at the start of these town halls is a fun fact so that we get to know a little bit more about you. You get to know a little bit more about us. And the one for tonight was, do you prefer to host Thanksgiving or to be a guest at Thanksgiving? I think you could probably guess both Dan and I's answer, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
For me, definitely prefer to attend family members' Thanksgiving, not hosted at our house. That said, whenever I go visit my parents, whenever it's hosted there, when I was younger, anytime they hosted it, I really appreciate it. We always usually go to my grandma's house for Thanksgiving, and it is a blast. How about you?
Yes, definitely prefer being a guest myself. I'm a pretty bad cook, and yeah, it's always nice to go somewhere for Thanksgiving.
It's a lot of work.
One thing definitely want to start out with is we obviously had a really big feature that's been rolling out over the last couple weeks, and let me just bring up the banner for it, and that is local recordings, and it's now available to everyone. So it's 100% rolled out. Everyone should have access on their account now. So really curious for those of you that have had a chance to test it out, if there's any feedback you have on it, or if there's anything you'd like to see added to it, because it's something that we're going to continue iterating on and improving. Anything else to add to it, Dan, or should we go ahead and roll the video and then maybe go from there?
Yeah, I think play the video just for anyone who's never heard of it, gets a sense of what it actually is, and then we can answer questions.
Cool. So yeah, in case you haven't seen it yet, let's go ahead and give you a quick demo video.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing, you could almost hardly hear them. Well, with local recordings from StreamYard, you'll be able to download a perfect quality video from your guest after the show. This means that no matter what you or your guest's internet connection is like, you'll be able to download the perfect high quality recording every single time. You can also download both a separate audio and a separate video file for the hosts and guests. Now with StreamYard, you can have freeze-free studio quality recordings on any connection, anywhere in the world. You can choose to download them, stream them later, or edit and repurpose them. It's your turn to test out local recordings today, now available on StreamYard.
Cool. So hopefully that's a helpful overview. If you have any questions about it, definitely let us know. I guess a few other things to add is it is available on all plans. There's certain differences between the plans, but even free users are able to use local recordings for, it's 2 hours a month. You can use local recordings, right, Dan?
You got it. Yeah, 2 hours a month on the free plan. And then every paid plan is unlimited.
Absolutely. And yeah, anything else to add to local recordings, Dan?
I guess, yeah, just for anyone that hasn't really heard of it yet, or wasn't in our previous town halls to see it. Basically, the whole point, I know Dana summarized it in that video pretty well, but the whole point is I want to do a recording and I want the quality to be as high as possible, and I'm going to edit it afterwards and I'm going to make something out of it. You're not at the mercy of your user's internet connection. So if, say, Gage and I were doing this chat right now, if we had local recordings on and my internet cuts out for 5 seconds, or it's just kind of going in and out, it doesn't look great, or my audio has problems, we can then edit that. Well, first of all, we get the highest quality physically possible. And then in post-production, we can maybe edit if I have background noise or something. We can cancel out just my background noise without messing with Gage's audio. So just very, very powerful for any kind of post-production editing you want to do, or just making sure you get the highest quality physically possible.
Cool. Nice. We have quite a few questions here. So I think Mark's curious about the resolution of local recordings. So on free and basic plan, you can do the local recording in 720, and then the pro plan is 1080, right, Dan?
You got it.
Cool. So hopefully that's helpful, Mark. Let's see what else we had here. Out of the Cave says, have you thought of doing a plan with record only and 1080p? So you can totally do that on the pro plan out of the Cave. But if I'm missing part of the question, let me know. And Radio says, does Dan have a chair? Dan does have a chair. He's just
not
today.
Yeah,
but not today.
It's actually more of a stool, but yes.
Diego says, question, is there any way we could get our upcoming scheduled streams to appear in chronological order on our dashboard rather than in the order that they were created? Do you want to take that one, Dan?
Yes, that's definitely something we have considered adding. And I assume, let me know if I'm wrong, but I imagine you're referring to the scheduled time. So if you have 10 upcoming scheduled streams, they would order by scheduled date. It is something we'd like to add at some point. I'm not sure when it will come out. And also, if there's anyone else, whether that's you, Diego, or anyone else that wants to sort by some other field, let us know. Because the one we've heard is what you mentioned, which is kind of planned start time or scheduled start time. But yeah, if you have anything else you'd want to sort by, let us know.
Cool. Ruben says, do local recordings also help in live streams? So Ruben, that's a good question. It's an entirely separate feature. So it's not going to give you any benefit for the live stream that's on YouTube or Facebook, other than if you want to also have a perfect or a local, something that has the quality of this as if you recorded on your computer at the end of your live stream. That's the main way it could help you. And then the other way that it could help you with live streams is that there are some folks that have really poor internet connections or in sort of a remote area. And one cool thing about local recordings is you could actually use local recording to record a high quality video with poor internet, and then use something like StreamYard's pre-recorded streaming feature to stream that out, even though you might not have the internet that's good enough to be able to go live. Let's see. Marianne says, is there a way that auto saves the description you're typing in case you accidentally click out of the create live stream screen? That's a cool idea. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So we kind of have that now. Like if you click out by accident and then you just reopen it, the description should still be there actually. It's if you completely leave the tab or something that you'll lose it. So we've considered maybe doing something for that. As long as we would also want to have a way where you could get rid of it. Maybe you type something out and then realize you want to scrap it and you refresh to purposely get rid of it. So we just want to think through how to handle that. But yeah, it should kind of do that for you now if you accidentally close. If it's not doing that, let us know. But yeah, I totally get what you mean.
Cool. Kenny says, looking into ways to automate the steps needed for stream setup prior to the recordings is an integration with Zapier in the works. We're definitely open to it, Kenny, and I'm super interested to learn more. It'd be really useful to understand if you want to do it in the chat or if you just want to shoot us an email. I'd be super curious the sort of steps you take and how you'd like to automate them, because that would give us a much better idea of what types of integrations we should add and what we should sort of be thinking through. But yeah, I'd love to learn more about what you're looking for.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. There's tons of questions here. Let's see. Awesome. Thanks, Ruben. Glad you're a fan of it. Awesome, Kenny. Glad it worked out well for you.
Cool.
Fluent American says, is it possible to add a hotkey to mute/unmute screen share audio?
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. We never thought of that. Potentially, it's something we could look into. Probably work for video sharing automatically as well.
Cool. So noted.
Yeah,
for
no
next-
promises if or when that would come out, but noted. That is a good idea. I think that's something we could add.
Gabriel says, got a question. Is it possible to download all your recorded videos at the same time or just one by one? You want to take that one, Dan?
Trying to remember if we have actually released this yet. I know you can bulk delete now. Let me actually try it on the fly here.
If you mean local recordings, Gabriel, you can download all of those
for one broadcast. Yes,
for one broadcast at the same time. But if you mean literally every recording you have, I think that's what you're referring to now, right? Yeah.
Okay, so you can't download. Yeah, that is what I'm referring to. So in the videos tab, you can't download. I know you can delete multiple at a time. You can't download multiple at a time. That may be something we'll add in the future. But yes, within one broadcast, you can download all of the local recordings with one button.
Cool. Mark says, a journalist using the product for post-production interviews would love 1080p recording. So we do actually have that on the Pro plan, Mark, so you can totally access that right now. Do you anticipate any interruptions with streaming to Twitter in the near future? That's definitely an interesting place right now, Twitter. No, I don't anticipate any interruptions. And we're hopefully as part of the changes, maybe we can get a closer relationship and talk more about comments and things like that. But I have no reason to anticipate any interruptions with streaming to Twitter.
Yeah.
That's a good question, Gabriel. Gabriel asks, how do these local recordings go against your actual recording storage? Do you want to take that one, Dan?
Yes. So it behaves almost as if it doesn't matter whether you have the setting on. So let's say you do a 1 hour recording or a 1 hour live stream. As you probably know, that counts towards 1 hour of storage. If you had local recordings on, and let's say you had 5 people in the studio with you, it doesn't really matter how many people you have. It will still count towards 5 hours, or sorry, it will still count towards 1 hour of storage. So if you had 5 people, 10 people, but you record for 1 hour, it's 1 hour of storage. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically, it does not matter how many people there are. Whether or not local recordings is on or off makes no difference. It works exactly like it did before.
Awesome. You all says, question, my vlog audio is muffled. Why would that be? I'd have to see the vlog to say for sure, U-Haul. My initial guess would be maybe it has something to do with the mic or the setup with maybe there's wind or something like that. But my best suggestion would be to just head to StreamYard.com/contact with a link to the video, and support can help you troubleshoot where the issue might be.
Yep.
Let's see. Sean says, is there a way to link backgrounds to a camera scene option? Backgrounds to when screen share or slide share is open. So there isn't a way now to do that, Sean. One thing that the design team is actively working on is some more advanced functionality when it comes to sort of planning out your show and and how things look and where things are placed, that will hopefully address some of those types of things. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Out of the Cave says, will you ever have the ability to set up a standard template with repeated info, i.e. web address, et cetera, for live stream descriptions? We definitely want to make the process of creating broadcasts easier. It's something that I run into myself when the description is very similar each time. So yeah, it's something that we'd love to do a better job of out of the cave, and that we'll continue thinking through. Sometimes it's a little bit, we still need to figure out exactly how it should work, but it's something that we do want to improve.
Yep.
All right. Sebastian says, batch downloads would be great. Right now we cannot. Yes, so stay tuned on that one, Sebastian. Let's see what else we had here. Dimebag Darren says, may I please have a setting in the giveaway tool that removes people as they win, so I can give away a pile of prizes with the tool, but never to the same person. So yeah, it doesn't track it right now, Darren, but definitely noted on that. Maybe at some point we can make it easier to track that.
And I assume, just to confirm, Darren, you mean, I think we did this last week actually, or maybe in the last 2 weeks, where you're doing the same draw over and over. Is that what you mean? So within one broadcast, you just keep drawing and you want it to filter out the new person, or are you talking across multiple broadcasts over weeks? I think you just mean within one broadcast, but would be nice to confirm.
Cool. Clarine says, please improvements to the record only feature so we can easily do retries. Team's actively working on that. Clarine, basically the ability to like restart without having to go through the whole creation process. We'll do a couple more questions here. We do have a special guest for tonight, so we'll bring her on in a minute or so here. I appreciate all the questions. We have tons and tons of questions for tonight, so I'll have to, hopefully at the end we can come back and get through quite a few of these. Alexander, could there be a waiting room for guests? We are working on some exciting functionality for more management when it comes to guests and more features around that are coming really, really soon, Alexander. So check your email regularly because something exciting is coming pretty soon for that. Ukulele, do you have to enable it, or does it just happen automatically as an option after you've live streamed? I assume you mean the local recording feature Ukulele, but if not, let me know. You do have to enable it. It's pretty, I think we've got a nice purple like label next to it.
Yep.
But you do have to actually check that box and then it will be on after that.
Yep. And just to give a bit more info there. So if you're doing a recording, it will be an option when you're creating the recording. If you're doing a live stream, it won't be in the creation process. But if you go into your settings, once you're in the studio, you'll see there's a new recording tab, and that's where you'll see the ability to turn it on. We typically recommend doing a record only. Like if you care most about the recording, that's the number one time we recommend actually using local recordings. If you want to do it for your live stream, that's fine as well. But the most common use case is when you're doing just a recording.
Cool. Hey, Michael, hope you're doing well. Would love to see the brand and comments separated out. This would be great for ease of use. I know it's been requested for a long time, but pop-out comments would be great. Yes, we definitely want to give some more flexibility when it comes to managing sort of the studio experience, Michael, including stuff like popping out the comments. Okay, let's do one more here and then go ahead and bring on Elisa. Visual Stenographer says, love using StreamYard, but lately guests have had some issues with slides. They're visible, but the slides are not even when I have added the slides to the stream. Any idea why? I'm not sure I fully understand the question, Visual, but I'm not specifically the part about them not being even. So if you could maybe add a little bit more context, or support would be a great route as well. If you want to shoot the support team a message with a link to the slides, they can help troubleshoot with you. All right, with that, let's go ahead and bring on Elisa from the support team. Hey, Elisa.
Hi.
Hello. Nice to have you on, Elisa. So for anyone who's never seen this segment, we like to bring on team members from StreamYard and just ask them a few questions. Basically give everyone a chance to get to know the people kind of behind the company at StreamYard. So Elisa, and by the way, in chat, feel free to ask questions if you have questions for Elisa as well. But Elisa, first question. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do at StreamYard?
I can. I'm Elisa. I work with the support team who's got a bunch of shout outs today, which basically means that whenever someone has any questions or wants to go through step by anything, you can just go to streamyard.com/contact and I will be one of the people there who answer your questions. And that means I can respond to your emails, or I will be in the chat box and we can go step by step through the problem. I also do video editing for StreamYard and I sometimes do the webinars. So yeah, love StreamYard.
Cool. Awesome. And then where are you located, Elisa?
I'm in London in the UK.
Cool. So we appreciate you staying up late for the show.
That's all right.
And how long have you been at StreamYard now?
I think a year and a half, so quite a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty early in StreamYard time.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a favorite StreamYard feature?
Yeah, I'm not just hyping it up because it's new, but I actually do really like local recording because, as I said, I do some video editing for the social media at StreamYard, and having everyone being able to download each of the videos separately and then edit is a game changer. But like retro StreamYard feature, I will say, big fan of brand color. Brand color is so much fun.
Cool. Just because it's so simple to use, but has a pretty big impact. Like
changing up the color changes up the stream. Like if you change the color now to like orange, different stream. different stream right now.
That's fair. And it is definitely the easiest one to change. Well, I guess theme's pretty easy as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I agree. Brand color is underrated. I like brand colors too.
I think that was the first setting in that brand tag.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what did you want to be when you were younger?
Well, I sort of am still what I wanted to be when I was younger, in that I am an actor, and that is what I do outside of StreamYard. I am an actor and I do a lot of comedy, and that is what I wanted to do since I was a little kid. So I'm one of those people who never grew out of it.
Cool. That's perfect. Yeah. I think that's the best. And then how did you get into customer support?
I was working for a theatre company in the pandemic, and we were trying to figure out ways in which we could reach audiences even without theatres open. And we created a live stream where we would interview Broadway guests. And so I started learning StreamYard from there. And I was working with someone called Lauren, who also used to work at StreamYard. And through her, I started to learn tons about StreamYard, because we became friends with this girl called Kelsey, who is obviously a huge part of StreamYard. And because of that, I ended up at StreamYard, because I became so obsessed with it through all my other pursuits. And now I am here.
Cool. That's awesome. And then what is your favorite thing about working at StreamYard?
I feel like it's a really good place if you have lots of interests, because obviously when you live stream, you're live streaming about something. So there's just an active interest about learning people's interests and their personalities. And through that, I've had so much opportunity to not just teach people how to use StreamYard, but also teach them how they can make their streams about other things, and also use my other skills like video editing and presenting, and just like bringing in parts of my personality as well as all the things that StreamYard has to offer.
Cool. Awesome. How would you answer our fun fact question? I know it was kind of a unique question.
A guest, 100%.
Cool. And then do you have a favorite karaoke song?
I hate karaoke.
Can you sing as well? I know.
Awful at singing. I have a face that looks like I can sing, I've been told, but it's just a cruel trick. Cannot sing.
Fair enough. But do you have a favorite song? Not to put you too much. If you don't, it's fine. But
I love Bad Girls by Donna Summer if I'm doing karaoke, because it's mostly music.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have a favorite board game?
Monopoly?
Sounds like you're a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm playing it every day.
Cool. Awesome. Any other questions in the chat for Elisa Gage?
So lots of shout outs for the support team. Joanne says, very much appreciate the chat help at StreamYard. Same with Sebastian says, support team are champions. Years and never had a negative experience.
Cool.
Let's see what else we had here. Should we go ahead and start queuing up the giveaway tool, Dan?
Yes, we should.
Mark says, will there be an audio chat feature coming? I'd be curious to learn a little bit more, Mark, in terms of what you mean by an audio chat feature. So you don't have to have your webcam on StreamYard. Like, for example, I can turn mine. It's not the greatest avatar picture. I think that was something.
I think it's pretty cool.
But there's tons of people that stream on StreamYard just using audio, but maybe you mean something else. I'd be curious to know what you mean. All right. And yeah, while I get to some more of these questions, we might as well go ahead and start the giveaway. So to be eligible, all you have to do is type in #theyard, as it looks like 60 or so of you have already done. And we'll give you 15 or 20 seconds or so here to get those in. And tonight, why don't we give away one of those pillows I have in the background, and we'll give away the StreamYard duck as well, the plush duck.
Cool.
All right. Let's see what else we had here. Rob says, I had an issue with a troll a while back on Twitch and I couldn't mute or block them. Has that been resolved? So I could do that in the future. So I don't think Twitch, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, I don't think Twitch has the ability to do stuff like that directly from StreamYard. You can, of course, do it on Twitch itself. So one thing that Twitch streamers often have is just moderators in their chat that hang out and make sure nothing inappropriate or bad is happening in the chat. So that's what I'd recommend.
Yep. Also investigate just to see if anything has changed with Twitch's API, where maybe we can do some stuff like that. But
So
yeah,
yeah, maybe in the future.
not aware that we can do that.
Cool comment from Vince here. Says, good morning from the Philippines. Grew my YouTube channel to 310,000 subscribers thanks to StreamYard. Congrats, Vince. That's a super impressive number of subscribers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's do one more here and then go ahead and roll it. Flow Show says, StreamYard, will you ever be able to stream from Xbox consoles or other gaming consoles? It's a cool question, Flow Show. We haven't gotten that many requests for it, but I would never say never. I'd be curious the main reason, like the type of features from StreamYard that you'd mostly be interested in terms of why you'd want that, because I think Xbox and some of the other consoles have like some direct integrations with stuff like Twitch and whatnot. So it'd be good to understand like what kind of stuff you think StreamYard uniquely brings to the table for that. I'd be super curious.
Maybe you're just really used to using StreamYard.
Yeah, let us know. All right, should we go ahead and roll it?
Cool. Let's do it, everyone. Good luck.
Still need to upload one of those drum roll soundtracks. Tristan, congrats. We'll ship it to you regardless, Tristan, but I'm guessing you already have all the stuff. So should we roll it one more time?
Let's do one more. Yes, one challenge when we have so many people that are here every week. I saw Mad Mumsy in the chat saying she wasn't going to enter because she won 2 of the last maybe 4 draws or something. All right.
Super lucky.
Take 2. All
April.
right, April.
Congrats. I'm shocked, but I don't think April's actually ever won despite being here for maybe every single town hall. So congrats, April. If you could shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, we'll get you set up with your pillow and your duck and get it all shipped.
Cool.
All right, we have time for a couple more questions. One thing I do want to quickly bring up, though, before doing a couple more questions is we mentioned this a few weeks back, but one thing that we're also working on right now is a tool for finding guests and shows. And it's super early, so we'd love to any of you that are interested in finding more guests or shows to be on. We'd love to have you test it out and give us feedback. And there's a form there at sy.app/collab. If you could fill that out, we'd love to get you access and start getting feedback from you on it. All right, let's do a couple more questions here. Lots of congrats in the chat for April. Absolutely. Sean says, hey, StreamYard, can I talk to you on the StreamYard live chat? Yes, Sean, if you're looking for support, just go to streamyard.com/contact and there's a live chat widget right there. There's so many congrats. I'm trying to find some of the previous questions. Let's see. Lots more fans of the support team. Paranormal says, I was wondering why there was a limit of an hour for a rebroadcast when my shows are almost always over the hour mark. So the only real reason, Paranormal, is it's just like one of the features that differentiates the different plans. And it does cost StreamYard money to like store the video and actually compress it and stream it out to those platforms. So it's just one of the things that differentiates the basic and the pro plan. So the pro plan goes up to 2 hours. Who knows? Maybe in the future we would increase both of them, but that's the only reason for now.
Yep.
That's awesome that's the 2-year anniversary. Rob, I remember when you got that tattoo, everyone was pretty excited to see that on Twitter. That's awesome.
That's the coolest tattoo I've ever seen. Yeah,
I'll have to get one myself at some point. That would be pretty awesome. All right. And with that, this was episode 202 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We have some really big features coming out soon, so definitely catch us next week and stay checking your emails. And thanks for joining us, Elisa.
Cool. See you next week, everyone.